Hi everyone, here's the Bookchemist once again, and first I wanted to sort of apologize if lately my channel has been a little bit monotonous. I've mainly been uploading videos about my Gravity's Rainbow reading project and reviews of Lethem and Egan. That is mostly due to PhD commitments, stuff I have to do for my research. It's probably going to continue for a couple more videos. Most notably, I'd like to review Jonathan Lethem's new novel, Feral Detective, soon, but I personally hope that I'll be able to read more varied stuff and read some other authors before the end of the year. Today I wanted to talk about something I've been asked several times in comments. It's a question that pops up all the time, whether I ever get sick of reading, whether I ever experience that type of those periods where maybe you don't really feel like reading at all, you get sick of books, you just can't even, which I believe is connected to the idea of the binge reader, which, as I understand it, is somebody who reads, maybe it spends like 2 weeks, 3 weeks reading all the time, and they read 5, 6, 8, 10 books in a row, and then they get sick of it and they stop for a while. And they don't absolutely read nothing, and then they go back to reading all of a sudden, and they read so much stuff and then they pause again. There's so much stuff around my desk. The quick answer is no, I'm not that kind of reader necessarily, although I definitely had some moments in the past, some periods where I just couldn't even be bothered and I didn't really read at all for long periods of time. Usually those happened in the summer. The month of July has never been too good a month for my readings. What I most definitely do is that I alternate between moments where I'm more hardcore and I'm able to read maybe several hours a day, and then to read like for 10 minutes at 11 p.m. if I get the time, even if I'm very tired, and moments where maybe because I'm more tired, maybe because I can't focus that much on reading, maybe I can only dedicate like 1 hour a day or something like that to my readings, and I can't go full speed ahead, and when I'm tired, like in the evening or late in the afternoon, I just have to dedicate myself to other stuff. One thing I definitely believe is that reading is, as a hobby, as a passion, as a form of entertainment, it takes more effort than so much other stuff, at least at first. One thing I've noticed personally, I don't know if it's the same with you, is that sometimes I'll be very tired and maybe I don't feel too much like reading. Maybe I'm like, oh my god, I'd so much rather be doing some other stuff, I'd so much rather be playing video games, I'd so much rather just watch a movie. But then if I actually can make the effort to start reading, to read maybe a couple of pages, a chapter, then I get hooked in what I'm reading and I carry on with it. And that, by the way, refers to, you know, reading books you actually enjoy by writers you like, or maybe rereading books you love, or maybe approaching novels you have a good you have great expectations about. That has nothing to do with reading very long, very complicated texts, or books you have to read for school assignments, or stuff that you really can't enjoy but you have to read. I mean, that's painful for obvious reasons. Also, I'm fortunate because as a PhD student I can schedule my working hours as I want, generally speaking, so I can dedicate, say, 1 hour, 2 hours every day to my readings. If I had to schedule this stuff around office hours, say, that will be so much more difficult, also because once you've been in an office 7 hours, maybe you just want to chill out. You're not necessarily in the mood to get into a book that maybe it's enjoyable, maybe you like, but maybe it's also challenging, maybe it's also it deals with difficult themes. At the same time though, the reason why I personally believe I'm able to not to fall anymore in those 2 weeks, 3 weeks pits where you just don't even touch a single book is that I've become, well, I've gotten to know my tastes as a reader. I've gotten to know what writers I like to read and what kind of texts I'm very likely to enjoy, and which ones maybe they're not so such a safe bet. Because if I look back at my past experiences as a reader, those moments where I couldn't touch a book at all, they were generally caused maybe by 2 or 3 novels in a row that really didn't interest me that much, that maybe were difficult and challenging and tough, but that didn't give me enough of a reward, which basically means they were caused by books that I didn't enjoy too much. And again, this is a difficult topic, it's a difficult discussion, because the consequence of doing as I do, which is to basically read books that are in your comfort zone, the consequence is that you end up, well, you don't discover great stuff anymore. So many of my favorite writers I discovered because I just liked the cover of their book or because I like the title. I do believe a certain level of adventure spirit is needed as a reader, but I do believe that it's also important to learn about your own tastes so that you can always fall back on writers you like. Of course, you can always reread your favorite novels, everyone should do that, but you always know where to go when maybe you don't feel too much like being brave, maybe you're tired all the time, maybe you just need some good stuff to get you hooked again on books. And finally, when I talk about books, I'm talking about fiction. Stuff such as comic books, role-playing game, manuals. I love to read Dungeons and Dragons adventures, stuff such as non-fiction in general, history books and such. They don't usually fall in that same category, and I personally believe it's just a matter of, you know, I read fiction all the time, I don't read that stuff all the time, so they have the element of novelty, which always makes them more interesting. I'm sure someone who is a historian and has to read historiography all the time would have the very opposite experience. But what about you guys? What about you? Do you encounter these moments where you just can't even, when you don't really feel like reading? Are you able to sustain your reading habits all the time? What do you do when you're facing like a couple of weeks where you maybe you're particularly tired, you don't really feel like reading? Do you just give it up? Which is absolutely fine, by the way. You know, unless your job is being a literary critic or a literary academician, there's no problem with, you know, just dedicating yourself to different passions for a while. Or if you find that annoying, and if you just stick through and you carry on reading even if you don't really want to do that stuff. What about you? Let me know about your experiences in the comments below, and I'll see you next week, probably with the next video in the Gravity's Rainbow reading project. In a second you'll find more links to others of my videos on my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.